Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Kami with you. In today's video I wanted to show you how to do the background that I did in this book, World of Flowers, in one of my previous videos where I was doing actual flowers. Here I'll show you that one, and this video was requested by Cherry, so if I could film when doing this such background. So this kind of background, I was trying to achieve kind of a marbly effect, you can say. And here you can see it's turquoise, cobalt, oxide black, and some gold. And I still need to finish the flowers here. So today I wanted to show you how this works. Well, first of all, you need to prep your watercolor. For example, I already wet the watercolor here. This is turquoise, cobalt with some oxide black, and I don't need it too much. This is enough. It should be enough because you don't want too much of oxide black. And this is just something new. This is emerald green we're going to add because I want to try to adding silver color. We'll try the gold and the silver, or maybe just silver and maybe chrome. And I have here some gold just in case, and also interference colors just in case we need to use them. And yeah, so you're gonna need maybe, if you have, you can manage with one brush, but if you have a few brushes, I would suggest you get like maybe 3 brushes for each color, so that you don't have to wash each pigment, because you know you are going to use each paint, and then you don't want to waste, and you don't want to waste the paint, you don't want to waste the time. So I'm gonna do in one of these pages the background. And one more thing to note, that this particular book and in this paper, it works perfectly. And there are some other books by Johanna Basford. I'm gonna tell you which one is World of Wonder and Rooms of Wonder. Those are the same quality, I believe. And also I think I haven't tried the watercolor on the Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, the UK edition, but I think that one also will work out. Also it works on some Steve McDonald coloring books as well, and some of the Hannah Carlson coloring books that I did, as well as Rita Berman. It might work, but the best paper is this one, and I don't know if they still publish this. So I'm just gonna mention this is Virgin Books. Okay, so this is the UK edition, and this is the information about the book. So this particular one, in this quality paper, it's the best one. It's for watercolor, and I'm gonna show you the back of this page, that nothing bled through, as you can see. Only pencils dent. That's what you see. It's from the pencils, because I pushed so hard when I was blending, but no color bleed. And also the colors that I use, these are not bleeding. Some colors, they are staining and very powerful. They can bleed to the other side of the page. For example, some dark violet, maybe some indigo, something like that will probably bleed. But this paper is the best, and I hope they will continue printing the coloring books in this paper. I wish if all coloring books were in this paper, but that's okay. It's just my personal preference. So let's choose some page to color. Let's say similar to that one. I'm sorry, I should have chosen something before I started this video, but this is, I was trying to do similar thing, similar like a marble effect, but it's still a work in progress. So this is kind of a ugly stage I did with different colors. So I need to outline all these lines with something like gold or silver, and then add something, and it will look much better. So it's kind of a under process, but I'm going to show you like how I'm doing it. I don't want to show you which is already done, because I have shown you already that. So if we don't find anything in this book, I'm gonna choose another one. I think we'll just go with another book. So let's see what I can find in Worlds of Wonder. Okay, how about we do this page? What do you think? It's similar to that one. So what I'm going to do is I can a little bit open the binding, because this is a sewn binding and I'm not worried that the book will fall apart because it has stitching, so like that, so it's not going to fall apart. The only thing I'm worried is that the paint might go in between and bleed to other pages, so I will try to control that. You're gonna need some tissue paper or some rag, something like that, first of all for your brushes, and then to apply it between your pages as well. You can put some rag, you can put some paper towel, whatever you have. I wouldn't put something like that, but this is just what in my hand right now. So I'm going to use this side so that I'm safe, because if you activate this paint it might transfer. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from this corner so that I don't have to worry on this binding side that water will go. This I will take care of side last. So I'm going to start from this side, the color that I want dominant to be, and then we'll continue. So I'm gonna use one brush for one paint and another brush for another, and then the gold we can add with another, so that I don't have to keep washing my brush, because we need to work fast. And I'll say this, maybe you want to try this on the last page, test page first, or maybe in different paper, let's say like Clairefontaine paint on, something like that. It will not be the same as this one, the paper, they're different, but at least you know your hand movement will you know, you will get used to the movement and how to apply the watercolor, and then you can start in your coloring book. So I'm going to start from this side, and you know, even if it doesn't turn out the way you want, that's okay. It's just experimenting, and we are, you know, playing around. So as you can see, I'm not going more forward from here, because this is just a small gap and I don't mind to have some let's say here it won't be noticed any line here too much. So I'm gonna stop here and apply some oxide black. I hope that's not too much. Okay, now I'm gonna add more turquoise cobalt. Okay, sometimes I need to put more water, so I have some blending with oxide black. And again, I'm going to stop here, okay, like that, like that, and then I'm going to add a little bit of turquoise here, and then over here. So you will get buckling, of course, that's okay, that's normal. Okay, like so. Okay, I need to move a little bit. Okay, like that, like so. Actually, this page is much easier than the previous page I did, because we have this little bit spaces that we can go around, like so. Okay, I'm gonna just take a pause here. I will not continue. I will add some gold, because still my area in here is still wet. So while it's wet, I'm going to add some gold or iridescent interference color, something like that. So like that, near the where I have oxide black, something like that, right? Some interference color, maybe something like that. And if I feel that's not enough, maybe I can add more water like that. Okay, let's add some here. And over here. Okay, some more gold, maybe here. I will add more water here because it looks kind of a bit heavy. Okay, and more gold, maybe like here, like that. And I'm adding more water again if I feel like it's too much. Okay, so now I'm going to turn the book this side so that it's much easier for me to continue. Okay, this is just perfect. So I needed the water to be here so that I can continue. Now in this center, because we have this big space, we need to work a bit faster. I need to continue from this side with the turquoise. So you see, so the point of me was to take a break here because to stop here, so it's much easier to continue over here. So now I need to work fast because I have big space here that I need to put paint on. So I'm stopping here again, taking a break, adding a little bit water to oxide black, and just adding some oxide black here, let's say a little bit here. And then I'm going to continue again with the turquoise color, and it's just beautiful color. As you can see, it's just keep moving. Okay, so you don't want this to get dry too fast because you want the watercolor to move. And I feel like a little bit I don't have much oxide black here. Let's for example here we can add a little bit more, and then little bit water, and add little bit of turquoise cobalt here. So that little bit water again. Okay, like so, and it should move the paint. And I'm feeling here we don't have much. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit water. Now I'm going to connect this part, so as you can see. Okay, and I keep going, and you don't want to stop. You don't want this to dry because you're gonna have a line then. So that's why you want to test out first on some other page just to get used to it, to working fast. Okay, so I'm gonna add some oxide black here, some oxide black here, and then, and don't worry if it doesn't turn out the way you want it. The watercolor is unpredictable medium, so you can't control its movement that much, so it goes on its own way. And that's one of the amazing parts of watercolor. So I'm gonna finish this part, and I'm gonna add some gold as well. So just splash a little bit of color here, which I don't want. Let's remove that. So you want to have some extra tissue paper around you for this kind of situation. So I'm gonna join this. So as you can see, even if there will be some line, it won't be visible that much because it's too small for that. I'm going to add a turquoise again with water. Now I'm going to add the oxide black over here. Okay, and again a little bit water because I feel like the turquoise paint here a lot. I'm going to hold here so that water doesn't go too much in the center, but I don't mind it because I'm going to add gold there, and a little bit we are going to move this book a little bit after a while. Once we're done, I'm gonna move the book so that the paint is gonna move, if that makes sense. Usually I'm not good at doing something and talking in the same time, but I'm trying my best. I hope I'm not talking something which is confusing. It's a little bit gold here, little bit gold here. So mainly where is the oxide black, I'm adding some gold. And let's add some interference color, maybe somewhere here, and I need some water here. Okay, like so. Okay, so we'll continue, we'll finish it, and then we will move the book around. I'm going to add a little bit of water here, turquoise, maybe like so, because I feel like it's too much there. Okay, so now I'm going to continue again here. So as you can see, the benefits of actually non-staining color, that you can pick up where you stopped, but there is still a line here, but it's small, so it's not that much visible, as you can see. So next is oxide black, like so, and then I'm going to add a little bit water and turquoise, like so. Okay, that was too much paint, so I'm going to add more water, and again I'll try to blend this area as much as I can. Like so. And in the same time, because I still have a lot of water here, I'm gonna add a little bit of gold here and a little bit water, okay, like so. And maybe I'll add more gold over here, like so, and then we'll continue. Okay, I need to move this one a little bit. I guess it's already drying, so I'm going to add more water. Okay, now I will add again turquoise over here. And now I need to add a little bit of oxide black, maybe right here. Again, a little bit of gold, little bit of water, like so. And then I'm going to turn the page again. So now it's the binding. We'll try to do it the binding fast as we can, and then we'll start moving the page, the book. So like so. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of oxide black here. I hope it's visible on the video. Okay, like that. And just a little bit of turquoise. And I'm gonna add a little bit color. So as you can see, it's going in the binding, the water. Okay, like so. Okay, now I'm gonna start to move the book. Okay, this way, I guess this way a little bit. Downwards. Like that, so that we get some kind of lines, kind of. And if you feel like the water is not enough, you could add some water. If there is places that are not moving, you could add some water, but not that close to the binding. Let's say I'm gonna add some water in this area because I feel like there is not much in here as well. So like that. Okay, and don't worry, I'm gonna recline it, and when it's reaching the binding, I'm gonna recline it down like so. And then I can do another thing. I'm gonna just dump my brush onto the tissue. It's almost like going to pick up some extra paint over here so that we don't have a problem with the binding. Now again, I'm going to recline it again downwards. Okay, so as you can see, I have a big black here, oxide black, that is not moving, so I'm gonna help it a little bit. I'm gonna add a bit water here, okay, because I want it to move more, otherwise it's not moving. So I'm gonna add a little bit of water here and a little bit of water here maybe, and there is a lot of paint over here, so I'm going to add here. And now again we are going to move around the book, down, up. So as you can see, I'm getting a bit more paint here, so instead of removing, I'm going to recline it this side, and still I have a paint there, so I'm going to remove it with the damp brush again, like so. Okay, so now down again. Like that. Now also, if you have this kind of tool, you can move around some of the paint, let's say like that, the way how you want. Let's say you don't want it here, say like that. So I'm going to remove some of that. Okay, so I think that should be fine, and I'm going to let it dry on its own. I'm not going to use any hair dryer or heat gun or anything like that. I'm gonna just let it sit like that and dry, and I'll be back maybe if not today, if I won't be able to continue today, maybe tomorrow or something like that for this one. But for you it will be a second only, because I'm gonna continue now. I'm gonna take another one and we'll try this to do this again. Okay, so this one for drying for now. So let's try something a little bit different, but something with different color, let's say. So let's choose some page in here that's suitable for us. So you can use this on these pages, you know, you can test. You can just draw us circles and try doing the background around the circles, something like that. Let me show you how you can do on your test page, let's say. Okay, so let's say you have like this, you're gonna go around with the pencil like so, right, something like that. Then you could put something here, okay, something like that. And again, I'm gonna prepare my paint. I wetted already, but I want to so I have plenty of brushes. I'm gonna use this one. This is actually for acrylic paint, not watercolor, but for our test that will suffice, I guess. So I prepped the paint a little bit there, and if I need more I can add more. Now we'll continue with our turquoise because it's one of the beautiful colors, and we can add more. Actually, I have here some magenta, I think. If I don't remember exactly what this was, PV, which one is it, but let's use some of this as well. I'm gonna try to protect the page, this side. I'm gonna put something here, okay, like so, and I'm gonna put some rag maybe. Okay, so I'm going to start with the turquoise again. For example, I will start here, but I will add more water because I don't want it to dry fast. Okay, and then I'm going to add let's say some of this emerald green. And actually gold should be looking very nice on this with the green, but yeah. And now I'm gonna add some turquoise again. Like so. So like going around the area that where you don't want to the background. Like that. See how fast the turquoise color is moving? It's just amazing. So this is, I think, either Ohuho or Lyra ones. I don't know. I don't remember which brush pen. So I'm going to add more water in this area because I don't want to do the full page. I want to just blend this out, kind of to, you know, because I don't want to go fully into full coloring this page, like so. Okay, so I'm gonna add some little bit of more water here so that I don't have some lines in here, like so. Okay, so that was just water, and then I'm going to add that purplish like pink in this area. So for this purpose I'm going to use I need one more brush for this. I'm just gonna use some random brush for this. This is not watercolor brush, but so here it's already dried, the turquoise, but I'll try to blend it. So when you blend, when you mix two colors, pink with the blue, you will get purple, like so. Okay, I'll try to go around this hat, like so. Okay, and now I'm gonna add a little bit of oxide black. Okay, like that. And I don't have oxide black over here. Let me add a little bit over here. And some, let's see, maybe gold or silver, something like that. I'm gonna add some silver maybe. Like so. Let's add some. Okay, I forgot about this area. I need to paint this completely. I forgot about it, so it will be stained because oxide black is staining color. So I'm gonna add a little bit more of paint just to hide that lines. Okay, like so. Now I'm gonna add some water again to blend this out. And water again. Okay, so I guess we are safe now. So I will keep adding a little bit of paint over here so that we can a little bit move around the page. Gonna add a little bit of turquoise over here, right, and a little bit maybe water here, like so. Okay, now let's move the page a little bit. going just to remove some excess water here, this side. Now, if I wasn't stopping here, I would add more water here because it's dried too fast over here, and that's why I'm getting this. But we can activate it again by adding some water. I'm gonna add just water here. Just lightly I'm touching. So we'll check this one will bleed through or not, because this is like a dye-based ink, I guess. It's not actually watercolor, because I don't remember, was it Lyra or oh. So if you don't like these sides, you can still add a bit water. The same brush which I used for turquoise, I'm just going to add a little bit water to help the paint to move. So like so. Now we're gonna just leave it as it is and let it dry. So you can experiment with different colors, as long as the color is not that strong staining, and it's let's say not bleeding through. For that you need to test the watercolor on the paper, and then maybe try this on the actual page. So as you can see, it's bleeding through, so that's why I am always careful with the pens. Even they are saying water brush, it could be dye ink, something like that. So I'm just holding the book like that, so that to avoid the paint going on that side. So I'm gonna pick up some paint, water actually, and like that. So yeah, that's it for now. I'll be back in a second. Finally, pages are done, they are dry. Now we're gonna try to draw some lines with the markers. I'm gonna use Posca to create some surface barrier between the paper and for the chrome, because this needs to be applied on non-porous surface, and the paper is porous, so it won't give us a mirror effect. So I'm gonna try to apply first Posca, and then I will once it's dry, I'm gonna apply the chrome by Molotov, and we'll see how it will work out. So on the other page, I'm gonna do the gold one, gold Posca. So you can do basically, you can be creative as much as you want. You can draw anything above this, or you can just outline the lines. For example, let's try to outline the lines. For example, we have here, and you can do straight lines, you can do same as the watercolor. Let's say, let's go with some straight line here, like so. And I think I need it to be a little bit more thicker, but this is 0.7 millimeter only, so I don't have a silver color, a thicker one in this. Now I'm just going randomly, just drawing lines. But this is totally up to you, how you want this to go, whatever way. And then you can add, if you want some more thicker lines, if you want it to be thicker, for example. And this is, as I said, from the markers that bled through. It's supposed to be water-based, but I guess it has some dye in it. And like so, maybe here a little bit to cover this patch here where we have oxide black that I forgot for a few seconds, and it's stained. Like that. Let's add a little bit here, right here. So I guess this should suffice, and then above this, on top of this, I'm going to apply the chrome, but I will let it dry first because it's still wet. Like that. So I'm going to let it dry. In the meantime, we're gonna work on the other page. So this is the page that we did. So it's dried. Of course, it will not be the same as I did the other one. Let us compare the two. I didn't apply much of the oxide black in this area that I noticed later on. But again, this is without lines yet, so it's not that much ready. So here we go. So as you can see, I applied more oxide black in this area. And I think I also mixed more gold in this, and probably I mixed the gold even separately with the oxide on the plate probably. Here I applied the gold on the pages itself, but maybe here also. I think I applied more gold in here with the oxide black, but here it's a bit less. So now let's try to draw something. So should we go with the silver or gold? I think silver also turning out nice. Let's apply silver also here. We have already gold version, and we're gonna make this one silver. Because basically the concept is the same. We are going to draw and I'm not putting any pressure on this. I'm just, you know, just lightly handling the pen without any pressure or anything like that, and just letting it, you know, you could do this also with gel pen, but I think gel pen might get some watercolor into the pen, and maybe then it will be difficult to make it work again, the gel pen. So it's better to do it with something like Posca, because the pen is completely different. I wouldn't use my gel pens on the watercolor because I noticed when I do that they stop working. But sometimes I use white one, and the white one also I had a trouble with. Okay, like that. I think it should be enough. I guess. Let's add something here like that. And these are too thin lines, but I'm still gonna try to use the chrome on the top of this before we go for that. So this is the way it looks like dry. So let's test on this. So this is the tip. It's quite thick actually. So let's start. It's supposed to give us a mirror effect, but we'll see. Because I'm still working on the paper and it's not meant like so. So it's not that much giving us a mirror effect, but it is kind of a silver. Maybe if it dries, we're gonna see more mirroring. So here I'm a little bit pushing it more harder. And like so, quite thick lines, but yeah. So I'm gonna let it dry and we'll see how it will give us a mirror effect. It's supposed to be like that chrome, but it's a paper. So I'll do the same thing on this page, but I will apply a little bit lighter, thinner. Okay, let me just go one side here just to see the difference, if it will make any difference if I'm going over the Posca or like that. I'm going to do this lines on the edges and we'll see what kind of effect we can get. You can also start with the thinner line, and then in the center you can make it thicker, so that also will give some dimensions. And we're gonna check the back also if it's bleeding or not. Yeah, it's a bit bleeding actually, because the Posca is not thick that much. So I'm gonna apply more of the Posca. So it looks like before going, if you are going to use something like that, like a chrome effect, this kind of marker, you need to apply some kind of marker first, like a Posca or some other acrylic paint, so that you have some barrier between these chrome and paper, because looks like it's actually bleeding through. So I'm gonna apply some places in here, Posca more thicker where I want to apply more of chrome, not everywhere but some places, like for example here in the center. Maybe like here. Okay, so I think this should be enough. Maybe a little bit over here, and then let's add a little bit here. Like that. And the rest I'm gonna keep it as it is. I'm going to try to apply the chrome. Okay. Like that. I think I need to let it dry a little bit, the Posca pen. So I'm gonna wait just a few minutes, let the Posca dry, and then I'm gonna apply, because it's a bit watery here and I'm afraid it's going to bleed to the other side of the page. So I'm gonna give it a few minutes, and then I will start applying again. So let's try again. It seems to be dry, so we'll see again how this will affect. I don't know, is it visible? Any difference to you? It seems even just Posca is more than enough, but I wanted to see how this works. So I'm gonna try to fix some edges in here. Okay, like so. So it's kind of giving the chrome actually some mirror effect. It does give, but it's not completely giving that mirror effect, I think, because due to this is a paper. It's still fine though, and I'm afraid maybe I might get some maybe the lines over here, and if I'm coloring with the colored pencils, maybe I'm gonna get some like a dents here. Maybe when I'm coloring I'll know that. So maybe next I should color this page, this double spread, I believe, just to know how it worked. So yeah, and so this is the result. I hope it was useful to everyone who's watching somehow. And I'll show you the other one, this one. So here I applied the Molotov first until the paint, I think, reached the tip. So I pumped it a little bit, but it's not completely that wet. Here it's much more wet than this one. So, but still I think it gave a nice effect. And if it doesn't affect the other side of the page, maybe I'm gonna give it a try again on other pages, but I like the effect of this one as well. Thank you so much to everyone for being here, and hope to see you in my next videos. Bye.